Big time plays, gentlemen. Big time plays.
Now, from the home of the Raiders, since 2020, we're inside the spectacular Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. Off we go from Vegas. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he's going to be dropped behind the line. Terrific push defensively. They came out of the locker room ready to go.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. At their own 36-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Right to the air. It's Hurts. Working free downfield. It is Williams. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Get it again. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Here's 3rd and 7. We'll try and run the option left. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Detroit.
When you're defending Jalen Hurts, Mike, the challenge is not only do you have to try to take away all the weapons at his disposal, but you have to account for him as a runner. And in this case, that's exactly what the offense dials up, and you can see why.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll air one out for Palmer. To the end zone. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Now, faking the give. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down. They'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. And he will go all the way. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Las Vegas. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Hurts. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Here's the Lions punt team now. Oh, he shanked it. Headed straight for the sideline. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Motion man is Dylan. Back to throw here to begin the drive. First down throw there is incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
That's over the middle and intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. That's quickly out to Williams. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go down. Quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Play action. Here's Hurts. And he's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Lions will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
right back to him on first down. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Back to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, Vegas. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
That is hauled in at the 5. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Now they'll set up to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. 2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. Now for the point after. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And they are unable to tack on the extra point. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jacorian Bennett. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's got it at about the 8. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Vegas. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. The end zone, it's a touchback. On play action, Hurts. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. That's thrown quickly, taken in by Collins. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. To throw is Hurts. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate. Not only
that's over the middle and intercepted. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. Oh, no. This goes through the end zone. Did he lose it now before crossing the plane? It looks like they say he did. So this is the rule that always brings up a lot of debate. This winds up a touchback, a turnover, and the opponents take over at the 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
It's a gain of 12 then. Good for a Raider 1st down.
So initially, I think the defense did a really nice job, Mike. They took away the quarterback's first couple reads, but he knows exactly where that check down is. He finds him. It's the running back in the flat. He ends up doing the rest. Picks up a nice gain before stepping out of bounds.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. A hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to set up that screen, but the rush got there too quickly.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this 1st half. The field goal unit going to come on for the Raiders. This a 57-yard attempt. He'll bang that one through. It's good. So we reach halftime here in Vegas, and the Raiders are in the lead. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with EA Sports Halftime Report. It's all yours, Coach. All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. On first down, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on one or two of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this.
And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The Lions will punt this ball away. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Motion man is Dillon. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. These two moving the chains themselves. A gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Inside the 10, it is caught. And he'll be taken down. They've got it at the 8. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Look wide, get this one complete, and he finds a seam and takes it down to the 3.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th and goal. The field goal unit going to come on for the Raiders. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. A first down throw for Hurts. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He's going to keep it himself.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
It is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself. But they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Hurts. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
Now a give on the ground, and he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground.
The running back is in the ball game. He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 5 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
The field goal unit going to come on for the Raiders. This a 48-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. On first down, it's Hurts. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be brought down. Here's 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Lions first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage?
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
3rd and long. Here's Hurts. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. To throw, Hurts. Now a deep ball here for Collins. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for a 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll go with him again. And this one ruined quickly. Take him back to the 5-yard line. Third and goal. They'll run. And he'll get this inside the 5, but no further. Great job by the defense. It sets up 4th down. The field goal unit going to come on for the Raiders. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Raiders will extend their lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
You have a tight end motioning left here. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers. That has play good for 22. 1st down, Vegas. Handoff here, up the middle.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. And he's going to go backwards on that one. They take him down back at the 6-yard line.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
So this one, a win.